Welcome to Titus Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is August 12th, 2025. We're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we found out who will be facing Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship at Clash in Paris. And, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be an interesting match. It will be interesting because, ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you guys until we get there at the end of the show because Adam Pearce made it official. But we did hear that Penta will be on next week's Raw when he goes one-on-one with the weird Xavier Woods with a big giant hat. And now he has a small hat because he doesn't have his big hat. Penta didn't ruin it. He used it as a frisbee. He didn't break it. But we do have some things of segments and updates. Ladies and gentlemen, we were supposed to have a Women's World Championship match on last night's Monday Night Raw against Io Sky and Naomi, but it was official. It was confirmed that on social media, I did not see it, Naomi is not medically cleared to defend her Women's Championship. Okay, this light is just making me be weird. I thought it would work like that, but nope. The light is just making my eyes look like it. I can't see my eyes. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're supposed to have a Women's World Championship, but Naomi wasn't medically cleared to wrestle. We don't know when she could be medically cleared. She still has a match at Clash in Paris with Stephanie McCurry. What? Is this a fake or is she really injured? I have no idea. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we heard that Karen Cross is officially gone from WWE. It was a couple of days ago. It was from his departure. It was a couple of days ago. I think it was on the weekend. Him and Scarlett is now no longer part of WWE. We don't know if it's part of the storyline like they did with R-Truth because people wanted Karen Cross. But you don't hear people on Monday Night Raw saying we want Karen like they did with R-Truth. So I don't know if Karen Cross is coming back or he's officially gone. Will we see him on TNA? Will we see him on AEW? I hope he doesn't go on AEW because he's going to be lost in the shuffle. Ladies and gentlemen, another person that left WWE from NXT, Adonis, is gone. He wasn't released. I think his contract was up as well. He just announced it on his social media that he is departure from the company. So we could see I would love to see Adonis in TNA and maybe join the first class with Rich Swann and AJ Francis because there's no KC anymore. But imagine they have a third. They could call themselves first class, I guess, not Hit Row. They call themselves first class, but there will be three of them. I thought they would do that with KC as well when Rich Swann makes his return. But no, they kicked KC out, and now they're back to two people on first class. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's going on with Bayley, but Bayley is talking about her current status with the WWE, that she's not a champion. She wasn't on SummerSlam. She, all that stuff. But at the end, you just heard a laugh in the video. Does she have a new gimmick of being a creepy lady? I have no idea. And Laura Valkyria is saying it's not her fault because Jackie asked, what do you think about this, about what Bayley said? Laura Valkyria says, it shouldn't be about what I said. I didn't do anything. She's the one that made me not go for the Intercontinental title anymore. So she's saying, yeah, I said what I said, and I meant it that we go our separate ways. So she tried to convince herself that it wasn't her fault. So let's see what happens there. Ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk had a segment to start on Monday Night Raw, and he wants Seth Rollins. He wants his World Heavyweight Championship back, and he challenged Seth Rollins, and he says, Seth, you don't have to fake an injury this time, because I'm going to break both of your legs when I get my chance against you. LA Knight came out. I thought LA Knight was part of SmackDown. Why does he keep coming on Raw? LA Knight came out and he says that you can have Seth Rollins, but the World Heavyweight Championship, he wants a rematch because CM Punk made disqualification happen last week and made LA Knight lose his title opportunity. So they got angry at each other. They said they don't have no problem with each other and they want to keep it like that. But they need to figure out who's going to get Seth Rollins first. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Heyman came out. He doesn't know French. I don't know French. He doesn't know his French because they were in Quebec. And, ladies and gentlemen, he made a match. He said, let's do this. Braun Bronze versus CM Punk and LA Knight in a tag team match. And he told LA Knight, don't make deals with CM Punk because that's what LA Knight was doing. Making deals with CM Punk that when he's going to beat Seth Rollins, take the World Heavyweight Championship, and give CM Punk the first shot at the World Heavyweight Championship and be LA Knight's first victory defense. Can he beat Seth Rollins? So that's what Paul Heyman was saying to LA Knight, because he says if you make a deal, your whole career just goes down and drain. I don't know how did that happen with Paul Heyman. You're at WrestleMania, big match at WrestleMania, and you screwed CM Punk. CM Punk didn't hit you. You low-blowed CM Punk. How the heck did he do anything wrong? I'm sorry that you said yes, I would do this offer. I will do this deal because your tribal chief couldn't handle Solo's bloodline at Survivor Series War Games. That's on you. That wasn't on Roman. That was on you, big guy. And don't blame anyone else because of your downfall. Oh, maybe he's not in downfall because now he's a manager for another World Heavyweight Champion. So maybe it's not a downfall. So we got that tag team match. It will be our main event. Jey Uso came back. We haven't seen him on last week. He says he wants Seth Rollins. He wants the World Heavyweight Championship. LA Knight tries to get in his face and saying that Seth Rollins is his. The World Heavyweight Champion is his. You go behind the line. Jey Uso doesn't believe in that. And all that stuff. So there's a heated things between Jey Uso and LA Knight. Ladies and gentlemen, first match of the evening. We got Dominic Mysterio teaming up with El Grande Americano because they will be at Triple Mania this Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, we heard that there's going to be it's going to be on WWE's YouTube channel, and there's a Spanish commentary, and there's going to be English, and on the English it's going to be Corey Graves and JBL. And remember, there's going to be a fatal four-way match for the Triple A's Mega Championship. But Kingo versus El Grande versus Dominic versus Dragon Lee. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there was a lot of things. So now Dominic wants to try to use El Grande to see if he could get the championship and make, I guess, let El Grande help him win the championship. I don't know. He did bring him in the clubhouse, and everybody's not happy about it. But Dominic told Finn Balor the plan, and he's okay with the plan. So we got Dominic and El Grande versus Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. AJ Styles didn't really care for El Grande. He cared about Dominic Mysterio, and Dragon Lee cared about El Grande. It was a pretty decent match, but ladies and gentlemen, we didn't get to see the other two El Grandes. Remember, there was 3 El Grandes last week. There was a big guy, the first El Grande, but technically the first one is Chad Gable. But the first imposter El Grande is a big giant guy, Ludwig Kaiser. And then we had a medium guy, and people are saying it might be Pete Dunne. And then we got a smaller guy. I thought it was Rey Mysterio. It's not because he's small. It's because he could do that kick he does. You saw El Grande Uno try to do that kick. He did not really do it well. But ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match. The winner of that match was El Grande and Dominic because of that medal in the face mask, in the mask. And it wasn't from El Grande. Dominic put the medal in his mask and wins the match. My goodness, these guys can't win without cheating. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Sami Zayn versus Rusev. Sami Zayn wants to be in the world title picture. So he asks Adam Pearce, please give me a shot. Adam Pearce says, let's get this match done first, and then we could have a conversation. And Sami Zayn told Sheamus, please don't come and ruin my match against Rusev. You have a problem with Rusev, do it later. Sheamus promised, but Sheamus says, after the match, I'm getting that, he's getting Rusev. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match between Sami Zayn and Rusev. They were trying to destroy each other. But, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Sami Zayn by disqualification because of Solo and the MFTs came out to attack Sami Zayn. And then when Rusev was, he was okay. He was outside the ring trying to get up and trying to clear his head out because he almost got knocked out by Sami. Sheamus came out and did a running knee to the face of Rusev. And then they start brawling, and they went to the audience and start brawling everywhere. Sheamus threw a security guard into Michael Cole's lap. And Michael Cole said he didn't care about that security guard because they were on a commercial break. And they were showing what's happened on SmackDown. And Corey says, you don't care about this guy in our lap? He said, no, that guy hit my elbow, so I could care less about him. That was the funny part. And then you saw Sami Zayn is upset that he didn't get the win that he wanted. And let's see what happens with Sami Zayn. Will Sami Zayn get a shot at the United States title because he pinned Solo Sikoa last week on SmackDown? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Roxanne and Raquel tried to get some tag team gold rematch. But Io was talking to Adam Pearce and upset that she doesn't get a title shot against Naomi. But Adam Pearce did promise her when he finds out and gets some updates, he will update her and maybe she will get a future shot of the Women's World Championship after maybe Clash of Paris. I have no idea. And then Roxanne came in the way and he says, okay, you're done with Io. Let's talk about us now. And Io says, I came here to fight. And she says, maybe I could fight Roxanne. And Adam Pearce says, I made it official. So we got Roxanne Perez and Io Sky. Io told Asuka and Kairi Sane, don't come out, I got this. But when, almost at the end of the match, Raquel was getting involved. Roxanne was trying to cheat. So here comes Asuka and Kairi Sane trying to grab Roxanne, hold her on the ropes, and try to make Io hit Roxanne. But Roxanne moved out of the way, out of the arms of the Kabuki Warriors, and Io was almost about to hit Kabuki Warriors off the apron until she stopped herself, and then she got rolled up. 1, 2, 3, Roxanne gets the win. Io and Asuka were yelling at each other, and Io told them, I told you not to come out, and Asuka was saying in Japanese that she was helping. But Io said, you're not helping, and we saw Asuka shoved Io Sky and walked away. Kairi Sane did not really know what to do. She didn't know what to do, and then she walked away as well. Io was surprised. And Rhea Ripley is trying to say, can you even trust Asuka and Kairi Sane? And Io knows what Rhea is trying to do to her and make her think twice about the Kabuki Warriors. Let's see what happens that time. Becky Lynch defends her Women's Intercontinental Championship, I thought it was a non-title match, against Maxine Dupree. Her first ever title match. This is a big match for Maxine Dupree because she never went for a title. This is her first time. And she was good. She got bullied most of the time, but she did some moves. It was pretty good, but the winner of that match was Becky Lynch, getting the win and retains the title. And then Natalya went to Maxine to check on her and trying to make sure Becky doesn't do any more damage. So when Natalya kneeled down to check on Maxine Dupree, Becky Lynch put her title down and attacked Natalya. Akira Tozawa trying to get in the face of Becky Lynch. It didn't really do much. And now we got Natalya got hurt. Maxine was on the ground, and Akira Tozawa checking on both ladies. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have our main event, CM Punk and LA Knight versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. It was a pretty decent match, but the winner of that match was CM Punk and LA Knight because of disqualification. We thought Seth Rollins was leaving on a jet, but he didn't. He attacked CM Punk, making the disqualification. The Brawns attacked LA Knight and CM Punk. They were destroying them until Jey Uso came out with a steel chair to make a save, and he did. And then Adam Pearce came out when the Brawns and Seth Rollins was about to try and leave. Adam Pearce made a match. He says, Seth, you are defending your title at Clash in Paris. You will be facing Jey Uso, LA Knight, and CM Punk in a fatal 4-way match. And then, ladies and gentlemen, they attack CM Punk, LA Knight, and Jey Uso. The Vision destroy everybody. But let's see. We don't know what's going to happen next. Roman Reigns did not show up. But Roman could be number 5. Or they could wait until Survivor Series. Something like that. I have no idea, but we will figure that out. So that's what's happening in Clash in Paris. I'm waiting for a DVD I bought. It's not a WWE DVD. It's a TNA one. I had this one a long time ago because I remember my dad gave me this one before. One of his friends gave him this DVD, and he gave it to me because I was a wrestling fan. I didn't know about it because I didn't really watch a lot of TNA back then. But I love this TNA. It was the best of X Divisions, and I lost it. I lost this DVD. I got all my other TNA ones, but I don't have this X Division one. It's the best of X Division Volume 2. I saw the Volume 1, but I'm going to wait and see. I'm hoping that they only have one in stock in Amazon. So I'm hoping that I can get that one and I can have both of them, Volume 1 and Volume 2. I loved the movie because TNA had great exhibition matches back then. They still have great ones, but back then we got Petey Williams, AJ Styles. That's great, man. I got a lot of wrestling DVDs. I got 2 cases, almost full 2 cases, DVD cases, whatever you call it. Binder. It's like a collection, and I still have my 360. I can still watch DVDs. I believe my Xbox One could still do DVDs as well. So I still could watch them. It's not like, oh, they're useless, I can't watch them. No, I can still watch them. It's just I want to watch all the pay-per-views that's on Netflix first, and then watch my DVDs. I'm not even watching the pay-per-views that's on Netflix that I have as DVDs. I want to watch them on my DVDs. But there's a lot of wrestling on Netflix that I don't have as a DVD. So, yeah, like Crown Jewel. I think I have one. I think. Do I have a Crown Jewel? Because I remember in Christmas, I was in Christmas. I don't think it was on my birthday. Christmas, my dad and my brother bought a bundle on Amazon with a whole bunch of 2023 DVDs. I didn't know they would buy me DVDs because this is an old phase of mine. When I was a kid, I always wanted DVDs. This is why I got so many DVDs. Because as a kid, on Christmases, on my birthdays, I wanted DVDs. And now, for some reason, I want more DVDs. And I bought some more. I didn't watch them yet because, like I said, I want to watch all my Netflix first. And then I will watch my DVDs. Because there's some matches on these DVDs that's so old and it's not on Netflix. Like, I got the best of 2009 Raw. They're missing some episodes anyways on Netflix. I might not watch Raw until they fix it and put a whole bunch of more Raws on. because they don't have the whole year of Monday Night Raw. Because it's a weekly show, so it has to be a whole year, right? So they don't have that. But they do have all the pay-per-views. And I will watch all that. I'm on Crown Jewel, and I really don't want to watch it, but it's a pay-per-view. I'm not watching nothing that's 2020 to 2025. Because I already watched those. It doesn't feel old. I like to watch classic stuff. I did that multiple times. I do it on my YouTube as well. I watch classic stuff. I watch classic segments, old school stuff. I like to see the old school stuff. I like the current stuff, but I already seen those stuff. And it doesn't feel like it's old. 2020 is not that old. It's like 5 years. It's not that old. I'm watching 2003 pay-per-views. Or 2004, 1990s. That's the things I watch. I watch classic. I don't watch 1980s. My limit is 1996. Or 1993, because that's where Raw started. 1993, that's my limit. To now. Or no, not until now. 1993 to 2019, that's what I'm watching on Netflix. 1993 to 2019. And then 2020 to 2025, I don't watch. Because I already seen it. It doesn't feel like it's old. To me, it doesn't feel old. It's only been 5 years, and I could think of... You show me a match, I could tell you who wins that match. If you show me a 2003 pay-per-view, I might not know who wins those matches. But in 2020, I think I could tell you every person that won a match in a pay-per-view, because it doesn't feel old. So I want to watch the classics, and that's what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm telling you guys, because you guys can't change my mind. But ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I can't wait for my DVD to come in. There's 2 DVDs I really want to watch, and I put on my, I added on my list on Amazon, and I'm gonna buy them. There is a Madison Square Garden one. I always wanted it. I couldn't find it in stores. This is way before Amazon. I didn't have Amazon account. I don't know when Amazon was made, but it was way before I knew about Amazon, or my family knew about Amazon. So to get my DVDs, I had to go in stores. But I couldn't find this DVD in stores, so I seen it on Amazon yesterday, and I wanted it. But I'm gonna wait to buy it, because that's what you do. You can't spend all your money on DVDs. I have adult things to do too. Okay, I still need to get food. I still need to do my my regular stuff. I got adult things to pay for. Right? You know that. That's what everybody does. I can't spend all my money on DVDs, so I have to wait until I get money for that. So yeah. But I put them on my list, and I did that. And I'm going to buy them. I'm hoping I could, because every time I look at DVDs, they always say they have 1 copy left. Not happy. Because somebody could take that copy, and then I need to find another way to get it. I don't really get things off eBay. I get things off of Amazon. That's all for me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I will see you guys tomorrow for NXT results. That is out. Bye.